now on the truth, the first thing that he did is he went to the house of Abu Jahl. Now Abu Jahl was used to be one of his boys, part of the same crew. They were all, part of the elites, top dogs in society, etc. But the first place he went to was to Abu Jahl's house to announce his faith. So he went there, knocked on the door. Abu Jahl opened the door, and Umar ibn Khattab said, "Guess what? I've changed my religion." And Abu Jahl said, "No, don't do that." And Umar ibn Khattab said, "No, I've become a Muslim." So Abu Jahl smashed the door in his face and said, your face is ugly to me now. Another thing that Umar ibn Khattab did when he converted to Islam is that he said to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Aren't we on the truth? Yeah? Aren't we on the haqq? So why do we have to keep it quiet? Why don't we go out and speak openly?" So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam organized a march soon after that, a march towards the Kaaba to pronounce the Shahada of Islam openly. Yeah? And at the front of that march was Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anh, and Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib. So Umar ibn Khattab was a man of action. He didn't just believe in Islam, believe in the truth, and be happy that he's got the truth and that's it. He realized that the truth has to prevail over the falsehood. How can you make the truth prevail over the falsehood if you don't speak the truth? That was his philosophy. The minimum that you have to do is you have to proclaim the truth openly. Otherwise, how can it prevail? How can people then see the difference between the truth and the falsehood? And as a result of these actions, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave Omar a very famous, praiseworthy name, which was Omar al-Farooq, the one who differentiates between the good and the bad, the truth and the falsehood. So lesson number 2, brothers, is that it's not enough just to hold on to the truth, just to believe in the truth. You have to go and proclaim the truth openly. Because if you hold on to the truth and you hold on to Islam, you want to see it prevail over the falsehood. Even if it means that it might be tough. So when Umar ibn Khattab and the Muslims used to go and discuss Islam openly, they used to get attacked, they used to get persecuted, they used to get intimidated, they used to get threatened. Yeah? But they still go and do it. And obviously, we live in the same reality today. What happens if you want to go and speak about Islam openly? What happens if you want to go and propagate Islam? You get threatened, you get intimidated, etc. So what are the things that they intimidate us with? People like the EDL, even though they're nothing, yeah? But people like the EDL will come to the mosque and they'll try and intimidate you. If you speak about Islam, you might be an extremist, you might be a terrorist. If you speak about Islam, you might lose your job. If you speak about Islam, you might get chucked out of uni. If you speak about Islam, you might look funny, and etc. So in this society, you could say it's quite difficult for someone to go and speak the truth and to propagate Islam. But from the example of Umar ibn Khattab, it doesn't matter. You have to speak the truth, doesn't matter what the consequences might be. So that's lesson number 2, brothers. Now, as we know, after he converted, Umar ibn Khattab went on to become one of the greatest heroes of Islam. And he went on to achieve a lot for the deen and a lot for the Muslims. One of the things that he did, obviously he went on to become the second rightly guided Khalif. And under his leadership and under his Khilafah, Islam spread. Islam spread very, very quickly and very far. So it spread into the Persian Empire. So they defeated the Persian Empire at that time. He took the eastern area of the Roman Empire. So they liberated the land of Palestine. Islam reached North Africa. So Islam expanded rapidly. Omar also brought a period of justice to Muslims, non-Muslims, and even animals. Even animals enjoyed his justice. Yeah, because we know that he used to be worried about the donkeys that would walk on the road. So Umar ibn Khattab, he achieved a lot for Islam. We know a lot about the praises from Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Umar ibn Khattab was al-Farooq. Even his house had a praiseworthy name, Dar al-Adl, the house of justice. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about Umar, were there to be a prophet after me, it would be Umar. Yeah, so we know the stature of Umar ibn Khattab, and we know what he achieved as a Muslim leader. And brothers, the final thing that I want to discuss, is the famous hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam that the best in Jahiliyyah, yeah, become the best in Iman. And this is something that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said and referred to Omar ibn Khattab. That look, he was a man that was in the depths of Jahiliyyah, and he went on to become one of the best Muslims. And why is this important for us, brothers? It's important for us because we want to emulate people like Omar ibn Khattab. Now, Omar ibn Khattab and the other Sahaba, they're just like us in the sense that they are bashar. They are human beings. Yeah? And the reason why they became so great is because they had the Quran and the Sunnah. We have the Quran and the Sunnah as well. So there's no reason for us, yeah, not to hope and not to struggle to emulate them. And like this hadith shows, brothers, that the best in Jahiliyyah are the best in Iman. What this shows us is that if someone can go from that level where he used to persecute and oppress and torture Muslims and become one of the most just rulers and one of the heroes of Islam, if someone can do that, that means that we can at least try as well. Because we are not at the same depths of Umar ibn Khattab. He went from one extreme to the other. But we don't even have to do that much. Yeah? So if he could do it, it means that we have some hope in at least trying to emulate him in that. And brothers, like I said at the beginning of the talk, yeah, we live in a time where we need heroes. Alhamdulillah, we've got hope in the sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has promised the Muslims victory. So what that means is that there will be heroes in the future. And the question that I want to ask everybody here today is, why can't it be that those heroes will come from this room? If we've sat here and we've discussed the attributes that you need, so holding on to the truth and speaking the truth, yeah? We know what the attributes are. We have the Quran and the Sunnah in front of us. We've got all of these examples in front of us, yeah? Why is it that those heroes can't come from this room? And I make dua, inshaAllah, that Allah brings the victory and that Allah makes from this room the heroes that will bring that victory, inshaAllah. قولي قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي.